un uragano che ha devastato la Florida sono segnali molto evidenti che c'è un problema da risolvere. Proviamo con le nostre azioni nel mio lavoro, che è quello di dipingere, di intrattenere le persone con la pittura, provo a dire la mia. In questo dipinto qua pensavo di rappresentare un po' il connubio che abbiamo, la dipendenza che la natura e l'uomo che ne fa parte ha da essa, e quindi per dare i migliori anticorpi, per assicurarsi la miglior crescita a un bambino gli si dà il latte materno, almeno per il primo anno. La stessa attenzione dovremmo darla nella relazione che abbiamo con le altre persone, ma anche con la relazione che abbiamo con l'ambiente, che, come dire, un bambino deve crescere, noi coltiviamo, investiamo dando il meglio di noi per la sua crescita, e la stessa cosa va fatta per le relazioni umane. Adesso in questo periodo siamo in un periodo veramente buio, più buio del solito, potrà magari far pensare qualcuno, cioè condividere il mio pensiero, serve a condividere appunto il mio pensiero con qualcuno per qualche secondo, spero minuto, vediamo.
Once we started knowing about, the possibility of a hurricane, we kept delaying it, and we stayed in Sarasota through that. Venice got hit a lot harder than Sarasota, so once I saw that, I kind of was like, there is a possibility this won't get done. And I tried to work around it, and at the end of the day, it just ended up, it was over. It was over. There's no time to really reflect on really what it all means. You instantly kind of have to pause, and then you have to go into action, and that's what we did. Everything we did in this event, we've never done before. we made it up in a week, and but we created something I think pretty magnificent.
So what I wanted to do this time is I created a design, enlarged the design, which is really a drawing of mine, a tonal drawing, enlarged it with the idea to make something look a little more like it was painted on the pavement. So what I was trying to do is figure out a technique where I can work with a group of people and we can try to maintain those large blended areas and that soft shading that is so typical of the pavement art. The Chariot of the Sun is kind of conceptually is kind of like you have the storm, you have the destruction, and then the sun anyhow still comes up and still shines through, and there's a new day and new creative energy, which somehow is augmented sometimes by the destructive elements that happen in life.
I went with the theme of togetherness and sort of being around a central source of something that brings people together. So hence the theme of fire and warmth. So, I wanted to hook into that emotional side of the hurricane and the need to get together after such an event and help each other.
Well, this is a representation of a little model sketchy of Rodin, the French sculptor. that I saw in Paris this year. I tried to take out the power from the humans and take it back to the nature, because in my opinion, the nature is the most important thing that we have. And if we don't respect that, and if we don't know how to deal with that, it will take us back, and it will take us away, and it will be very bad for us.
It's a person in a yoga pose, sort of floating above a magic circle. And I try to express that there are two sides to people, that the face they present to the world is maybe not what is inside. Just to show that there's all these sides to people and to the face they project to the outside world, and that it's a lot of times in contrast with the inner world.
La idea de pintar esta pieza del personaje pintando este corazón de luz y llenando, como quien dice, pintando su alma, es acerca de cómo el arte puede transformar, puede cambiar la forma de pensar y de percibir el mundo y tu entorno, a pesar de las circunstancias buenas o malas que sucedan, ¿no?, a tu alrededor. Sí, yo creo que el arte debe servir para sanar principalmente como persona, como artista, y ofrecerle esto al público. Si es posible que yo esté sanando de alguna forma, es más probable que pueda ayudar al espectador a conseguir esa misma idea, ¿no?, que yo estoy ofreciendo.
Aquí quise hacer como una escuela de pintura en el que hay un modelo que es el mundo y el mundo está siendo dibujado, el mundo como si fuese un modelo que está desnudo y que lo pintan distintas personas. Cada uno lo ve a su modo, claramente, pero quitarle las ropas del mundo hubiera sido quitar la religión, quitar los ideales políticos, quitar el amor, o sea, todas las cosas que hacen al ropaje del mundo, porque si no el mundo en crudo, en desnudo es un poco insoportable.
I think it's absolutely incredible. So much talent goes into creating something like this, and
so much time.
Yeah, it's
just
so
amazing.
much time and diligence, really, you know, and a lot of creativity to be able to do the elongations and to really make it pop out. And I think it's a lot of fun. It's really great for the community too. It's a wholesome kind of an activity as opposed to other things that people might be doing right now, you know. So yeah, we really enjoy it.
In this case, it was a bit difficult to find an idea, because how can you make something positive about a hurricane? And then I thought by myself, can I find a machine or a thing that builds things up? By making this excavator, I was thinking about the helping hand by reconstruction. So I replaced the bucket for a metal hand that symbolized the helping hand. And the interactive part of this piece is that you can sit in the hand, so it saves the people out of the destruction.
So I often see the news of conflict in the world a lot nowadays, and I don't like it, of course. And I wish to be people calm down and collaborate together. Kids are trying to rebuild the flower arrangement inside of my painting. If we collaborate, we can make beautiful things together. The message is kind of that after this terrible disaster.
This time we've got tough times, and in that case I have to dedicate my artwork to Ukrainian theme. So it's going to be the sunflower coming out from the earth. Sunflower represents Ukraine. Right after invasion in Ukrainian people say to the Russian army, which came to our territory, just to keep some sunflower seeds in your pocket, and it could help just to fill out the fields in our country with the new sunflowers. This is the seed from a Russian soldier pocket. So we are actually looking to the Russian grave.
We ended up working with the Ringling Museum. Stephen High was super accommodating, and so we were really fortunate that we were also, in addition to displaying them in Bern Square, we were able to take them to the Ringling Museum and have a one-day exhibition there. And the artists, come on, they love walking around the Ringling. It's such beautiful grounds, and the artwork there is incredible. And so it ended up being just such a nice ending to the festival.
All the way at the end.
I knew it would be great for our audience because it's always great to have something new and something different going on at the museum. And I think it's good for everyone who's coming to see the chalk drawings to be able to do that within an art environment, because museums celebrate all the arts. And we're very proud of that, both the performing arts, also in the visual arts. And we've never done a project like this before and thought it'd be great.
It's usually very quiet, very somber. People are just kind of making their way slowly and just relaxing and absorbing it. And here they're interacting with their families, they're posting it on Facebook, they're laughing and meeting other people, they're engaging with one another. And especially in an outdoor space like this, we don't really get to utilize it very often. And so this was a very creative way to add a new, fresh environment.
Yeah, there, you got it. Are you guys together?
Yep. Okay. The difference, seeing it on a phone versus standing in front of it. I took a picture and looked at the phone, and I was just shocked at how incredible it is and how they're able to figure that perspective out and get it onto these giant pieces of art. It's amazing.
This painting is called The Triumph of Divine Love, painted in 1625 by the workshop of Peter Paul Rubens. When I looked at the reproductions online, it was not much. They always lose something when they're online, so I did come here and intently look at the piece, and I was captivated by the colour and the expressions. So I chose a square from the corner of the lion's eye over to the arrow and then up above the child's head. So I had a nice square, which I painted on the footpath. The street art being here at Ringling Museum is the ultimate place for street art to be because it links street art to the traditions of classical painting, which street art itself is a product of.
I think museums are a reflection of what's going on in society, and if I had to say anything about doing an exhibition there, it's long overdue. These artists are incredible. You know, they're creating out in the open, they're giving so much to our community, and I think it's a part of an art form that is sometimes dismissed because they look at it like maybe graffiti, right? They look at it as something that's not as important. To me, this is a much more natural type of art form, kind of bringing people back to really what art is all about, and it's that connection with yourself and with others, and I think this does that more.